Hi everyone, my name is Bruce Swartz. I study in ufology, also in astronomy. This is a UFO I caught coming down to the house. There's captures beside the sun. But in all of that, I'm getting a beautiful accumulation of data and documentation of exactly what are the different types of vehicles and craft that we can see out there. What are the characteristics and the phenomena, heat signatures, whatever's happening around these crafts. Are we seeing smoke coming from them? Is there a blinding light around them? Top left, that triangle there is one of 6 different events around different celestial objects that I got. These are all different shapes, even a square UFO in the center, which that's the one in the center bottom, is a square UFO that takes off in Mare Fecunditatis that I've never even really told you guys that they're bloody squares, because I have shown you cubes that are smoking on the surface and look like they're going very slow in the atmosphere. They don't look like fast moving craft. But these are all craft. Top right is another craft that connected with another craft as they travel quickly sideways across the moon. So people, even though we don't know, even though you guys don't know what this is, you're often telling me, Bruce, this is big technology. It's UFO tech. It's alien tech probably. And it's coming from other planets. And, whatever we dug up here, we're using ancient civilization technology is what I believe. Because I believe the ancient civilizations were far more advanced than we are right now. When I was able to get this sent to some professionals to show them exactly what I was getting on the moon, this is a bit of the reply that I got back.
So, yep.
So I think they were a little overwhelmed. Some of them didn't even reply back to me. Probably blocked me. Maybe some people are starting to get afraid of me. I don't know. I mean, at one point my family's probably going to turn around and say, what the hell's going on? This is on the moon, guys, and UFOs are changing directions, and they're shooting lights out. You see beams of light, whether it's photonic light or not, we can see it happening on the moon. This is why it's so easy to hide. Invisible spacecraft that looks like a beam from a harp. Like, people don't recognize these objects as spacecraft. Sometimes, most often, back in the day, you have to agree with me that people would have thought that this was something spiritual, like a god or angel coming down from the heavens, seeing that they told us that the angels were bright, right? Well, maybe in that Bible, way back then, what they told us was bright were probably the beings. But now we're told maybe another story. Check it out. This is on the surface of the moon. I'm just going to say that. I'm not going to tell you there's a buried city there that's coming into view with a light source, an energy source. But that energy source, those energy sources are smoking those areas. Where you see a lot of structures, you see the fusioning fires, the pipes come out, they're smoking the surface. It's that simple. And we can see that throughout the year. I'll be showing that more and more. So just a glimpse of a section of the moon that you can see lines running to certain areas. It's really not that hard to see and comprehend. If you were over Earth, not that high actually. This would be lower than 30,000 feet over Earth. That's what people don't realize. If you're over Earth and you're looking at the surface that close, it's not 30,000 feet. We're a lot closer than 30,000 feet. The atmosphere is something we will have to combat all the time. Showing so much in this video, I can't put in the title, smoke coming out of Plato crater with the UFO going into the smoke right there. That's at the end of Plato crater. And you can see that UFO, showing it a little better than I did the last time, right? Well, that's what I do. I work on these captures because these sightings are incredible to be able to see. We're looking at something that's a mile wide. That little light is a mile wide. A couple miles wide is that smoke, and that's why I'm able to see it more. You can see it, beautiful billowing smoke on the surface of the moon as a UFO is going by, and now we're looking at it a lot closer. But depending on your screens, if something's too close, just close down the screen here. Make your box a little smaller. You have to try this. When you're looking at my videos on YouTube, if I'm a little too close for you, okay, just bring down that box and look at it further away. Something that looks a bit too far away for you to see, well, expand and open up your box. Close your windows, wash your screens. If not, you're going to be seeing a lot more UFOs on your screen, but it's going to be spit spots. So that UFO is definitely on the surface of the moon. Yes, it could be debris. I'm not going to rule it out. Not everything is alive and not everything is a UFO, but that is constructed. Whether what I showed you yesterday, the zipper, that this here is an older model of the zipper, it could be. The structures that we believe are structures, it doesn't necessarily mean there's people in it. It could be some type of machine. It could be cattle running through there. It could be humans. It could be liquids, right? Or it could be something completely different. Look, the black ones could be burnt out. It could be bombed. Look how crooked they are. It could be that it's not just a parallax. They could actually be crooked because there was an earthquake or a cataclysmic event. Or you see, we can come up with a lot of theories looking at this. You must agree, we can see more in my research than the government has ever told anyone since Roswell. So everything that they talked about with Roswell, say to yourself, all this is part of it. And they never talked about it. So they're liars. I wouldn't depend on them for complete honesty. But again, most of them are not lying. They're just not talking about anything that's truthful, right? They're diverting people. The diversion has been created. Had I never captured these UFOs, I would never have opened a UFO channel. Obviously. What about this object? Another cool finding. Simplicity. Watch the conversion. I'm going to quite simply convert it. That's an object that's stationary in the sky that was there for about an hour. It didn't move, and it was up over to the right of this. What do I mean by that big term, heat signature? Quite simply a vapor trail. As you look at this pipe and Theophilus and Cyrillus crater on top. The one on top is Cyrillus with the flowing object, either smoke, haze, or water. What looks like water on the surface. All this proof on the surface of the moon. Wait a minute. Let's look at that again. Top left corner. Right there. Theophilus. There's Cyrillus. That's where, in Shiolo crater, that's where Japan landed. They landed right on the pipe, or beside the pipe. They're not going to be able to roam around. I can confirm that. There's a vegetation on the surface there. And if that's not a waterfall, what the living hell is that coming down, all the way down to the bottom? I'm going to get an arrow up to show you up to where it goes. Cyrillus beside Theophilus on the bottom crater. Japan's right there. There's the massive pipe that goes through the craters. John Lear had even spoken about it. And over to the right, that billowing water or smoke coming downstream. And I'm telling you, do you not find right there? Do you not find it weird that there's greenery all around that area that looks like smoke or water? What I'm saying quite simply is it's being smoked and or it's moving. This could be waterfalls or whatnot. And why am I seeing it? See, it finishes there. I am on the Terminator line. The Terminator line shows us the elevation, and I'm sitting on it. And that's the only way I was able to see this Theophilus crater and elevation and weird area. So I could put waterfall on the moon to attract people because that's what YouTube wants us to do. But in reality, what are we looking at? It could very well be a waterfall. And guys, this is where Japan landed. Japan joins the lying team. Lands on the moon, doesn't tell anyone there's vegetation, water, or anything there. So what is that? Look on top. The two frames on top. I mean, never mind the UFO and the tower on the bottom. Big whoop, right? No, it's pretty important. That's where Japan landed on top. And look what's flowing. You see it. Is it smoke? Again, coming out of a tunnel. Let me know. Paul Sabo, thanks for gifting out the memberships, the many memberships. Pat Grassard, Arlo Lama, Ruth Kelly, Eric Dubé. Thanks, guys. Aliens on the moon. When are they going to tell the world? Come on, Pentagon. Aliens on the moon. Aliens on the moon. And they're mining. Really up there. And they're mining on the moon. Aliens on the moon. Thank you very much for the support to this channel. Everyone, thanks for the generous contributions and thanks for watching the videos. Aliens up there on the moon. They may be even coming right here soon. Aliens are mining on the moon. Yes, they are up there. Doesn't matter cause disclosure's coming soon. Disclosure's coming soon.